Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the VeVe Vantage Podcast. Today we'll be talking about the reasons behind the current market pump, MisterV's latest acquisition of a very nice mint, Nemo, and a new Marvel comic book he's buying. Let's get to it. All right, let's talk about the market.
Yeah, so there's a lot of movement. It looks like vaults are going up. From what I've gathered, probably 10-20% on average for a few people who stack those like bigger key items, like the quote unquote grails, like more popular ones like walls, pods,
Spider-Man.
items. Yeah, it could be a lot of different things just kind of coming together, and people, because they can't cash out and they're kind of getting antsy, they're probably just moving money into those pieces. And then not only that, it may be causing some FOMO for people who are newer to the app and who have not been through these cycles before, where VeVe has a payout option and then they don't, and then they do, and then they don't, and that's kind of like where we're at right now. So it's cool to see that the prices are going up for the collectibles that people are accumulating and adding to their collection. But also, we want to keep some perspective on things and understand that nothing is a guarantee until it happens, like until you secure profits, right? So like if you have crypto and it shoots up like 10x, it looks great, but until you convert it to stable coins or convert it back into cash or fiat, excuse me, it's not a secure thing. It's just like when you go to the casino.
Yeah.
You could be on a heater, you have a whole bunch of chips right in front of you, but it's not real until you go to the cashier, have the cash in your hands and walk out of the casino property. So it's nothing solidified for anybody quite yet, but just make sure that you're tempering your buying, your expectations carefully, because you don't want to over leverage yourself again. Like it's a very delicate thing for everybody, especially when talking about people's hard-earned money. So everyone, make sure that you're not overspending, not over leveraging yourself, and that you go in with the understanding that things can go down as quickly as they go up.
Right.
I'll be the first to say, as a hard, like, I consider myself to be a pretty hardcore collector on VeVe at this point. Just make sure that you're getting the stuff that you like, and not just because the price looks like it's going to be giving you a crazy return for now, you know. Also, a little update about what I've been doing. I've pretty much sold all of my copies, all of my extras of everything that I have in my collection, with the exception of one. So like right now, I have one collectible with 2 copies and one comic with 4 copies. Everything else I have just one of. So like right now, I think I have 75 collectibles and like 12 comics. But it makes sense if you check out my profile.
Let me ask you this quick question. Did
Yeah.
they sell off quickly?
Oh yeah, I was able to sell everything that I had like pretty quick.
Okay, so people were buying them.
Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
for the most part, I only had really nice mints, and so like when I list things next to floor, they go pretty quick.
Okay.
So it's good and bad. Like if I paid a premium on them, I'm probably selling at a loss, but it gave me the gems I needed to make some other acquisitions. So, good and bad. But for me, I consider it to be lateral moves, so that I sold a bunch of extras, but I was able to get something new with a really nice mint. Again, it only made sense for me because that's my MO, my main objective, and that uh, I think that it increases the value of my collection and also looks nice.
Yeah.
Um, as for new market activity, I've I've slowed down a lot, even more so than ever before. After selling off the extras, I've just kind of been holding on to the gems, waiting for things to pop up. And man, maybe one thing a week, two, if I'm lucky, I might see some things that I really want to get, and I managed to get them. But otherwise, it's been super slow for me. Like I've been falling asleep, like
I
just like
actually
waiting
I
for things.
actually like the 2 new collectibles that you got, if you want to talk about them. The
Oh yeah, yeah. So the first one, it was Nemo, a Disney collectible, Nemo, first appearance. I like it a lot. I really like how the platinum moments look with the contrast between the platinum and the different colors. The platinum and orange looked
Yeah.
looked really nice. I
You
was
know, you know what's
impressed.
funny? So the drop happened at 11, anywhere between 11 and 11:05, right? Eastern Standard Time. That was the time where you can buy from the waitlist. So I was like, okay, so this is Nemo. MisterV is probably trying to get his mint. And I was so surprised because at 11:07, I was scrolling because I was looking for that 2003 mint, the FAE of Nemo.
Yeah.
And I saw you having your favorite mint listing at like $8.8 million at 11:07. So you got it within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that was funny. That was so funny.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people messaging me and saying like, you got it. So I was like, I have a hard time, especially like when you're talking with like a sniper, people who are sniping on the market, special mint collectors. Uh, it's you're so much in the zone that you try and ignore everything else that's going on.
Mm,
Like for me, I might get people DMing me on Twitter or on what's it called, Discord or Telegram, and I'm swiping the screen so that like because it's kind of interrupting like what when I'm trying
you're
to
in the zone. You're in the zone.
you know. But yeah, for that one it was pretty funny. I saw another mint that I wanted
Mm,
'cause right now I'm trying to make sure that I keep my things I collect within a specific range in terms of number mints that I want to collect.
mm.
And I had that list ready and I made sure I memorized it and I also had it like in front of me because I have pretty bad memory. Um, so I found one of the mints that I wanted, and it was yeah, about three times the amount that I paid for the one that I actually ended up getting. So I saw a mint that I really liked, but I was like, do I really want to spend this amount of gems on this mint that I don't know if the other ones are going to pop up for less or the same or more, right? Because it's a gamble.
Hmm.
It's a really big gamble because when you see those opportunities to buy something that you might like, you don't know if the other ones that you like or the other mints, right, um, are going to pop up at a reasonable price in that moment because you're playing that game of who can outweigh the other.
Right.
So I saw the first one that I was like eyeing really hard. I clicked the buy now button and I didn't finish the payment
Yeah.
part. And I was thinking, I'm gonna regret this probably. I'm gonna regret it. And then I exited out and I didn't buy it. And I saw it disappear from the market. I
Right.
disappear. I was like, oh my God, please just tell me that they're gonna relist it for lower. I didn't see it happen. And between that time of me seeing it on the market, it disappeared, and it disappearing, I saw another one that I really wanted, clicked it, scrolled down, hit buy now, clicked it, and fortunately it went through. And so I got it
That
for
was the so that is the one that you have listed at like something million gems, right?
yeah, VeVe is very inconsiderate and they only let me list it for 9.9 million when I really
Okay.
want to list it for 100 million or more. I'm joking. I'm joking.
That's your mint though.
Yeah, yeah.
The the one you got is truly yours.
Yeah, I'd like to think that it's like kind of that like people are known for certain things and I think it's fun to be able to kind of play on that.
Mhm. And I think you got a pretty good deal
Uh,
on that mint too, right?
yeah, it was like not even it was 1.5x
Yeah,
and that was fantastic.
for a
it was,
beautiful mint. Did you
yeah,
use the mint searching function?
nope. It
Nope.
was I just did
Okay.
the like, most recent listings. I
Okay.
scroll refresh. VeVe still has a bit of an issue with having you to uninstall the app and reinstalling it and logging back in. That's still an ongoing thing. I'm sure that they're working on it. They have definitely made big improvements in that department. But yeah, just coming back to the collectible, I got it for like 1.5x floor. And then
Damn, amazing.
there's another collector who probably I'm pretty sure paid 3 times that for the other mint that it is equally nice, I think.
Hey guys, just a quick message. Every week I, Mr. V, work over 20 hours to bring you the most non-BS VV content. English is my second language, and there were nights we recorded until 1 a.m. My brain stopped processing and I naturally spoke Vietnamese to him, and it got pretty weird. But that's just how dedicated we are to this podcast. In return, we ask you to enter a gentleman agreement. We will continue working into 1 a.m. for you, but we ask you to subscribe to the podcast, leave us a rating, and tweet at us to tell us what you think, because those comments will ultimately help us to refine the content just for you. That's it. That's all you need to do. Let's get back to it.
But when you're on a budget, it feels good to get something great.
I bet you feel good. Actually, I don't care what the other mint is. I know that the one you got is your mint. Like, it will look very nice with the other collectibles you got. I'm happy for you because I know, like, over the past few months, you really struggle with getting the mint you want to get, because either they go to another collector who would probably never sell them, or you get unreasonable offers from other collectors or flippers or snipers, right? And I feel like that got you a lot of frustration. But this morning, well, yeah, around 11:07, I still remember it because I thought it was so funny, like seeing you listing it. I was like, how did he get this mint so quickly? Yeah, I'm just truly happy for you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, quickly and quickly and at a very reasonable price as well.
Tell me about it, man.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, it helps keep me going because
Yeah.
it having spoken to a number of different people, I'm seeing more and more people are taking breaks, like for a week or two, or even more than that. And I really have this internal struggle of doing that. So it's just kind of me being bored on the app, saying too expensive, this collectible's too expensive, and they're not flexible in the price, or I don't have the gems to be able to buy anything. And so like I've been in limbo, and maybe other people who are listening have experienced the same to some degree. Have you felt like you were in limbo too, where you didn't have enough gems to get something that you're interested in, but you have the time to check out the market? Because it's kind of like torturing yourself in a sense, where if you go to the mall, right, and you know that there are things that you like there, but you don't have the money to pay for those things, why bother going? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
why do that to yourself? And that's me. That's basically me. Like, I'm checking out the market. I can't afford that. Can't afford that. Can't afford that. And that's like nine times out of 10 the situation for me.
Yeah.
And so yeah, these little wins help keep me going. But at the same time, this market is very slow. I think that there's what's called I think it's called seller's exhaustion, where people are just tired of selling at a loss, and they
Right.
just stop caring and don't even bother because the loss is just going to be too big. So they're sitting on these collectibles with different mints for different people that would be interested in, but the people don't want to take those losses. So what they're doing is, at times some people may be listing collectibles at way above floor, and they're not budging on them, even though the floor reflects the current market sentiment, right?
Right.
It doesn't take into account what the possible future value of anything is. But people are just like pretty stubborn. Um, but again, fortunately, like we have new drops, and kind of touching on scarcity. Today, for example, there's one of the three collectibles, Miguel from the movie Coco. I think only 600 out of, I want to say, 5,100.
5,100. Yeah, yeah.
So what's that come out to?
Like maybe 11, 12%.
Yeah, that's some wild stuff.
Yeah.
If those things don't sell out, that's going to be a pretty rare collectible. I own zero. Just throwing that out there. I don't have, and if I do have anything,
Oh, wow.
as
So
of
right
today,
now it is 12 hours after the drop, and so there's 5,100 of them. Remaining edition is 4,457. So yeah, only like 500 and something was sold.
Touching on scarcity, that may be a scarce one if you want to finish a set. It'd be nice to know when those items are going to be sent to the burn wallet, but again, it's just an ongoing thing that maybe we can get an answer, soon enough.
Yeah, but
yeah,
congrats on Nemo. That's super cute.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty big not a franchise. It's a pretty big movie. They've got 2 films out right now, and then the third one on the way in the next couple of years that I checked online. It's going to be called Finding Marlin, I think. So the dad. That should be coming out in 2027, 2028, somewhere around there. And then anyways, so there was that, and then the other collectible I got was a comic. It's called Venom #3. And I don't remember what year it came out, but it's in the comic description. It says it's the first appearance of a character named Knull, Knull, and in fact, it's not technically the first appearance. There's another comic that came out before that, from what I understand, where that character Knull was not identified as we now know him with that title, with that name, and so it's pretty cool. I got a mint that I really like for that. I'm now up to 12 comics.
Wow, this guy looks pretty cool.
It is very cool, and it's a pretty big villain.
Yeah.
From my understanding and a little bit of research that I did, if Thanos and Knull were to go head to head in the MCU, Knull would beat out Thanos.
Wow.
So he's, although we are going to see Kang as the next antagonist in the MCU, now that Thanos is pretty much out of the picture, I think he's going to be coming back for reasons that I don't need to go into. But Kang is going to be the antagonist, and maybe after that, will pop up into the MCU. So it's one of those spec comics, but I know Comics and Crypto and Sleeping Comics was speaking some pretty high praise about this character. So when it popped up in the market, I had somebody else message me and let me know about it, and so I jumped on at the opportunity to grow my comic collection, and now I'm kind of getting into it, and it's pretty fun too, because the more I'm getting into these comics and as I'm collecting them, I'm starting to understand how these different characters are connected and how the storylines are falling into place in the MCU. Of course, not everything is as it is written in the comics, because it's all adapted, right, for the big screen. But it's pretty cool to see the direction that they're going in, what's true, what's kept true to the original storylines, and what's adapted.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. I am glad that you are venturing out to these spec comics, because they are like a totally different field, because I know you mostly focus on collectibles. But anyways, congrats on the Nemo, and also that FA Woody that we haven't talked about. I'm super glad that because I know you kind of struggle with missing out on your mint and all those kind of things, and getting overcharged by different folks, and because of that you were not able to get your mint, and you had to downsize a little bit. But now you have some really cool collectibles at a very reasonable price. So well done.
Yeah, thank you.
That is it, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed the episode today. And if you have, remember that gentleman agreement. We will continue working until 1 a.m. just for you. But in return, we ask you to subscribe to the podcast so that you don't miss out on the actionable and valuable insights, everything VeVe and Omi related. Don't forget to give us a rating and tweet at us to let us know what you think about the podcast, so that we can refine the content better just for you. Thank you so much. We hope to see you again next time. Peace.